Diving right in, we begin with Article 55, Specific Legal Regime of the Exclusive Economic Zone. This article sets the legal framework for the Exclusive Economic Zone, often referred to as the EEZ. It defines the EEZ as an area beyond and adjacent to the territorial sea subject to a specific legal regime. The rights and jurisdiction over this zone reside with the coastal state, providing it with sovereignty over the natural resources within this zone. Moving on to Article 56, Rights, Jurisdiction, and Duties of the Coastal State in the Exclusive Economic Zone. Here we delve into the rights and responsibilities of the coastal state. It has sovereign rights for exploring, exploiting, conserving, and managing both the living and non-living resources found in the water column and the seabed. However, the coastal state also has duties, such as protecting and preserving the marine environment. Next, we have Article 57, Breadth of the Exclusive Economic Zone. This article demarcates the EEZ's physical boundaries, extending 200 nautical miles from the baseline from which the breadth of the territorial sea is measured. This boundary is crucial in distinguishing international waters from national jurisdictions. Article 58, Rights and Duties of Other States in the Exclusive Economic Zone, outlines the responsibilities and rights of states other than the coastal state within the EEZ. These states enjoy freedoms of navigation, overflight, and the laying of submarine cables and pipelines, consistent with the provisions of the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. Article 59, Basis for the Resolution of Conflicts regarding the attribution of rights and jurisdiction in the Exclusive Economic Zone, provides a mechanism for resolving disputes. If a conflict arises, it must be resolved on the basis of equity and in light of all the relevant circumstances, ensuring peaceful coexistence. Article 60, Artificial Islands, Installations, and Structures, addresses human-made structures within the EEZ. The coastal state has exclusive rights to construct and authorize such structures, but it also bears the responsibility for their safety and environmental impact. Article 61, Conservation of the Living Resources, emphasizes the coastal state's responsibility to maintain or restore populations of harvested species at levels that can produce maximum sustainable yield. Finally, we reach Article 62, Utilization of the Living Resources in the Exclusive Economic Zone. This article stipulates that the coastal state should promote the optimum utilization of the living resources in the EEZ. If it cannot harvest the entire allowable catch, it should give other states access to the surplus.
Article 63. This article addresses stocks that occur within the exclusive economic zones of two or more coastal states, or those that exist both within this zone and in an area beyond and adjacent to it. These stocks are subject to joint jurisdiction, requiring cooperation between states to ensure sustainable use. Next, we look at Article 64. This one deals with highly migratory species such as certain types of fish and whales. Their roaming nature makes it necessary for international cooperation in their conservation and management. Article 65 pertains to marine mammals. The article encourages states to work towards the conservation of marine mammals, recognizing their ecological importance as well as their cultural significance to many communities. Articles 66 and 67 focus on anadromous and catadromous species respectively. Anadromous species like salmon migrate from the sea into fresh water to spawn, while catadromous species do the opposite. These articles outline the responsibilities of states to ensure the conservation of these species. Article 68 discusses sedentary species, those that remain in one place for most or all of their lives. These species fall under the jurisdiction of the coastal state in whose waters they reside. We then move on to Article 69 and 70. These articles highlight the rights of landlocked and geographically disadvantaged states, ensuring they have access to and can benefit from the sea and its resources. However, Article 71 states that these rights do not apply if there is an agreement to the contrary between the states involved. In Article 72, we see restrictions on the transfer of rights. This prevents states from giving away their rights to marine resources without due consideration. Article 73 ensures the enforcement of laws and regulations of the coastal state. This means each coastal state has the power to enforce its own laws within its exclusive economic zone. Finally, Articles 74 and 75 deal with the delimitation of the exclusive economic zone between states with opposite or adjacent coasts, and the need for clear charts and lists of geographical coordinates. Navigating the laws of the sea can be as complex as navigating the seas themselves.